Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've been birding, so I'm super excited to be out. I'm a little sick, so I'm just gonna be doing mostly car birding, not driving around. I got a cough drop with me though, we'll make it through. I'm here at the beautiful Farmington Bay Waterfall Management Area. I started at the Nature Center. I'm gonna check out this area around the Nature Center first, and then we're gonna go see if we can hit the Waterfall Management Area. I'm hoping the gate isn't closed. Dang it. The gate is locked 5 p.m. daily. That's a bummer. Well, some good news to share to outweigh that bummer. Last month when I was camping in Capitol Reef, we did a hike along this creek and I ended up seeing an American dipper, which counts towards my challenge for the year. It was really cool to see it going in and out of the water, and it flew by us a couple of times. And then last week when I was camping, I didn't have any of my camera gear with me. I saw an osprey, so this is just video straight from a phone as it was circling around looking for fish. Super cool to put my total up to 111 out of the 130 species I need, especially during this slow summer period. And this osprey was just beautiful, so super happy about that. Now that you're caught up with my progress on the challenge, let's get back to the video in a new location since the gate was closed. Well, with Farmington Bay unfortunately closed, I had to pivot. It is getting closer to sunset. I lost a chunk of my birding time, but I'm at the Bountiful Lake now, and there were a lot of birds flying around as I drove up, so that bodes pretty well. I see some terns, some blackbirds, so let's get out there and just enjoy the sunset and see if we can find a couple of birds to end off this day. Almost immediately I came across a couple of terns. This one was a Forster's tern. They were just circling around and around the lake looking for their dinner that evening. It was so fun to watch them and try and get some videos. Not the most amazing birding spot. There's a lot more recreation going on here than birding, but there's still some bird activity in the area. I'm gonna scan some of the trees and watch some of these birds that are flying around, and I might try and get some birds in flight shots. There's a lot of terns flying around looking for food. But regardless, it's just good to be birding. It's been a couple of weeks for me since I've been traveling and stuff, and I'm just gonna enjoy my time while the sun sets. It's hard to ask for a much better night. Along with the terns, there were also a few birds like this one flying pretty close to the water. It looks like a shorebird on first glance, but I couldn't totally ID what this was. So, if you have any ideas, of course, leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. There are a few other species in and around the lake. This was either a Eurasian collared dove or a mourning dove up in the tree. There were also blackbirds around. There was a mallard in the water, on top of a few other ducks. But the highlight was definitely the terns flying around. So I turned my attention toward them and I started to do my best to try and get some really good shots of them flying, looking for food, hoping to catch one in the act of finding its prey. I also wanted to see if I could get some pictures, test out some of my bird in flight photography skills, which were not that great, unfortunately. It's so hard to track these birds as they whip around and fly around so quickly. So here are some of my shots right now. Again, I wasn't really happy with many of these. I didn't get the focus really great, so I didn't bother editing a lot of these. You can see they're a little blurry, which was a bit of a bummer. But on top of the Forster's tern, we had a Caspian tern as well, which was super cool. And even though it wasn't super sharp, I did manage to show this one catching a fish, which was awesome. Look at even flipping it in the air here. And I got one of the more funny pictures I've ever seen. There are these guys fishing in a canoe with the bird catching a fish above it, showing them how it's done. As most of the bird activity started to die down and the sun began to set along the horizon, I had a pretty beautiful canvas to work with. Just look at how pretty these colors were. So I sat and just enjoyed the sunset for a good while, and then I had an idea. Well, the terns stopped flying around, so I'm gonna be leaving soon, but look at that sun. I'm gonna sit here for a bit and see if any birds, like a duck or something, fly in front of that. The colors are just so pretty that I wanna see if I can try and snap a silhouette picture. Although it wasn't completely tack sharp, I did get a few birds going across the horizon. I was bummed out I didn't have it quite focused right, but still, such a cool scene. This one ended up being my favorite of the bunch. And on my way out of the Bountiful Lake area, I did come across one last western kingbird to end the day. Well, that adventure did not go quite how I had planned, especially with the waterfowl management area being closed. I had to turn to this pond area. And it wasn't the best birding area, but it was super fun to watch those terns go around and fish. And I even got to see that one catch the fish right by the canoers, so that was super cool. Still, it's good to be back birding after a little break. I hope you enjoyed coming along on this short, impromptu adventure. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you in the next video.